going on, guys? Speedy Mormon here from Complex, and just the other day we were joined by the self-proclaimed Michael Jackson of Memphis in Moneybagg Yo, but today we are joined by the king of Memphis. He's an OG, the hustler's here, Yo Gotti.
What's poppin', man?
How are you, my brother?
I'm great, I'm blessed.
Welcome to New York.
Yeah.
Happy to have you. Obviously there's a lot of news going on right now about this lawsuit, and we're gonna talk about that in just a little while, but you've been getting money for a long time, so I feel like it's only right that we started a little while ago. Is that cool?
Yeah, it's cool.
So I want to start early on. What do the numbers 2893 mean to you?
It's a trap, basically. You know what I'm saying? It's a apartment complex in a project we grew up in.
And how much would you say did that have an impact on kind of the trajectory of Yo Gotti's life and career?
I mean, it was a part of it, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if it was the trajectory. I learned a lot of street rules, a lot of valuables. I made a lot of money, a lot of things, you know what I mean, in that time. But, you know, I think the evolution of just hustling and growing probably is more the trajectory.
Now, I know that you said you got your name from being 12 or 13 years old and being around dudes that were much older than you. What do you remember about that time period in your life?
Man, I just always ran with older dudes. I always seek information still to the day, you know what I mean? I like to be around people who have information where I can learn from them, you know what I'm saying? And pick up different game, things I didn't know, things I wanted to know about, and the OGs had the information at the time.
Were you just always like a sponge, just always trying to absorb as much information as possible?
Yeah, always.
You say that you have this hustler mentality, and it's very present. I mean, we've seen it for decades. What do you attribute that to, though? Do you think that's coming from where you come from? You think it's watching your mom get to it? What do you think it was?
I think it's a little bit of all of it. You know, I think it's my city, Memphis. I think it's my family. I think it's having a bloodline of hustle, but I also feel like hustling is a talent. You know what I'm saying? I think some people are just born with it. I think you can figure out how to self-motivate yourself as you're going, and everybody can have a different thing, and like what motivates you could be different than what motivates me, but I kind of feel like it's a talent that's just in you to hustle in general.
Word. And sometimes if you ain't got it, you ain't got it?
Yeah, they ain't gonna get it.
You ain't gonna get it. Tell me about Southwest Tennessee Community College.
Yeah, I went there for like a semester or two. I remember going to school, like, to college, I never wore the same outfit, like, as long as I went, like, you know what I mean?
Moneybagg said the same thing. He said he doesn't wear clothes twice.
Yeah, but I mean, he don't do that now.
But you was doing it.
Yeah, I was doing that back then. I wear the same clothes twice now.
Why were you not wearing the same clothes as a college student?
I was just in the street getting money. I was going to school. Like, even in high school, I had 4 or 5 cars. It's just, you know what I mean, just turning up.
It seems like you were a different college student than everyone else if you had 4 or 5 cars in high school.
Yeah, this is high school. This is for college, so.
But then in college, you didn't wear the same outfit not one time.
Yeah, but I say that to say that I didn't go that long. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Yeah,
I thought
not
you
really
had
like,
so much
you know.
Clothes that you.
Yeah, I mean, we was getting money, but it was more like I didn't stay in school that long.
Got it. Yeah. I heard you say that math was your favorite subject always since a kid. Why so? Do you feel like it's got something to do with money or?
Yeah, I always knew I was gonna have some money, and a lot of it. So I was preparing myself. I mean, I just always was infatuated with numbers, you know what I mean? The ways to make them grow, the way to save them. Just looking at them and figuring out different ways. I can't say help me in different businesses, even in the music businesses. You know, I'm one artist that's like, I'm involved in the marketing dollars, the marketing spend. It's no form of the music business that I'm involved in that I don't see and deal with hands-on. You know what I'm saying? So I like to look at like, a label just can't tell me you spent this many millions promoting me now, because I'm gonna already know, because I'm gonna be at the table with you making them decisions and telling you, nah, don't spend that on me. That ain't a good money to spend. Nah, we're gonna double up on this. We're gonna triple down on that. We don't even wanna rock with that over there, period. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I'm involved like that.
Word. I wanna talk a lot about stuff like that. That's boss talk. That's what a lot of people can grow from. But you said that you had 4 or 5 cars back in high school, and then obviously in college you was getting money. At what point did you touch your first $1 million? Do you remember?
I was trying to think about that the other day. I was having a conversation with my partner, and early 20s.
Do you remember what that felt like? If you had to try to dig back and remember what that felt like.
I just remember that, like, trying to get to the first $1 million was like a task. And once you got it, like the next one and the next one was like super easy and remembering like, yo, why the first one, why I couldn't figure this out this fast on the first one.
They always
You
say
know what I'm
that.
saying?
They say that the first million is the hardest. You think that's true?
Yeah. Yeah, I do think it's true.
But here, look at you now, many millions into the game.
Yeah, but we gotta get to like, you know, the hundreds of millions. Then we gotta get to the B's like Jay and them, like it's different levels. Every time you get to another level, you gotta set different goals. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Millions like the new thousands now.
You talk about when you get into these levels, setting new goals. That's a question I had. I feel like at certain points as success grows, right, the idea of a win in your mind changes, right?
Yeah.
20 years ago, something that you would consider a win might look different now. What is a win for Yo Gotti today?
A win to me is growth. You know what I'm saying? Like just if you continue to move forward, and it don't necessarily have to be, you know, you would like it to be the biggest steps, you know, possible. But to me, long as you going forward, you know what I'm saying, you still winning.
Is there like a concrete thing though? Because I imagine 15 years ago you might say, you know, or 30 years ago if somebody said, Yo Gotti, I give you 5K for a show, that's a win. But today, 5K for a show, you wouldn't even step out the door.
You know, I'm a little different. Like I never valued the winning by a dollar of money, amount of money. You know what I'm saying? Like I gauged other things. You know what I'm saying? Like where I was at, you know, different pinnacle moments. You know what I'm saying? In the music business, it was like, you know, I had millions of dollars before I performed at an award show. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So like, then the day I performed at an award show, I didn't get no money for performing at the award show. But to me, that was a sign that like it was success and you was growing. But that didn't have nothing to do with money.
Money, right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's different things that I touch that I didn't touch, or if I do late night TV that I had never done before. Like them was the things that was letting me know that I was growing into a different space in the music. I was continuing to go farther and farther and accomplish different things. I already had the money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So there's not always just a direct correlation between money and
Not
the
for
win.
me. You know what I'm saying? Money is not my indicators. I know a lot of ways you can get money.
A lot of different ways
You know what I'm
you
saying?
get money. I had to call one of my friends named Mario from Tennessee just to talk about your impact down there, because obviously I'm from Queens. I'm not from down there. And I asked him, and he said that you're a god. He said to Memphis, Tennessee, you are a god. When you hear people speak about you like that, what does that mean to you to be from a place like that and have people from there call you that?
Man, that's a big word, you know what I'm saying? That's a big word to say, but I just put in the work, man. I put in the work, I do the work. You know, I'm consistent, I'm dedicated to winning. I'm dedicated to helping people. You know what I'm saying? And I guess that's what they value. You know what I'm saying? I'm just doing me, I'm just hustling, man. It's in me, you know what I'm saying? I try to help many people around me. I try to show people they can do it. You know what I mean? I ain't hiding the game, I ain't hiding the information. I'm an open book. Anybody around me can get the information I got. You know, and anybody can come up to me on the street in Memphis and ask me a question. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give them the information. And I guess they just rock with it.
Yeah, people are loyal to you in Memphis. When you think about that impact though, did you ever imagine that one day you'd have Yo Gotti Day?
Nah, I ain't think of that. You know what I'm saying? I never thought of that, but it was cool when they done it. It's crazy, like the day they done that for me was within the same week that the neighborhood I grew up in, you know, put out a letter saying I was banned from the area, you know, and I'd be arrested whenever I come over there. And then, you know, 5 or 6 days later, the city give me a day. It's kind of confusing. I'm like, yo, I don't know, like, you rocking with me or not? Like, what's happening? You know what I'm saying?
Is it funny to have a key to the city, but then also not be allowed to go to certain parts of the city?
Yeah, like what it work on?
Where does
what the key work on?
What does the key unlock?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you still live next door to Penny Hardaway?
In one of the houses.
One of the houses. Yeah. What's that like living next door to not only a Memphis legend, but an NBA basketball legend?
No, it's cool. It's cool, you know, my sons go there hoop in his backyard, you know what I'm saying? And Penny a cool dude, you know what I'm saying? He cool dude. He gave me a lot of information too when I was coming up.
What can you tell me about another Memphis legend, Chris Styles Barbershop?
Yeah, but Chris Styles like my brother. He been cutting my hair since I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? So it's a barbershop. It's a known barbershop in the city. A lot of people go there and get their hair cut. So it's kind of like a staple in the city.
I heard a lot of people go there and they ask for the Gotti fade.
Yeah.
How does that feel to you that people want your haircut?
No, man, I think it's more of a Memphis fade. You know what I'm saying? They probably just put my name on it.
Got it.
It's more of a Memphis fade. Everybody getting faded like that.
But in terms of hip hop industry fades, I feel like your fade is definitely up there. I mean, there's you, Boosie got an
Boosie
iconic fade. You know what I'm saying? Where do you think your fade ranks amongst?
I just know about the Boosie fade and then I guess mine. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I got a good fade too. My balls be kind of doing me right.
No, let me see. I mean, for New York.
Yeah.
For New York, you all right.
It's all right for a New York fade?
Yeah, it's hard to find a fade out here.
I can point you in the right direction if you need. Let me know.
Believe that.
Obviously, there was news that Moneybagg Yo just signed to Roc Nation. At one point, you were a new signee to Roc Nation. Was that your doing?
That was part of it.
Why do you think that's a good move for Moneybagg to be a part of the Roc Nation team?
Man, Roc Nation's a strong team. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, from the outside looking in before I did my situation with them, I figured it. And being in there and being able to work through the channels, like, I don't really know no other team with that type of reach and that type of, really the DNA and the values more than anything of like what it stands for. You know what I'm saying? And the work get done. So, you know, I think it's one of the best teams you can rock with if you are a career artist that's destined and you want to grow.
For sure. Speaking of Roc Nation, about a week ago, the news story came out that you and Jay-Z and Roc Nation together were threatening to sue the state of Mississippi for having inmates living in inhumane conditions. I'm happy to hear that that wasn't just, you know, words, there's actions, because now a week later you guys have actually filed that lawsuit. What can you tell us about the situation?
Well, you know, it's moving, but we just trying to speak up and be a voice for people who getting treated like they ain't humans, you know. You know, they understaffed, they not getting the proper food, health care. You know, people dying like in prison, like prison supposed to be a rehabilitation, right? You go to prison, hopefully you get your stuff right, you know what I mean? You never go back. Like, you don't go to prison and die in the cell. Like, that ain't how it's supposed to go, you know what I'm saying? So we're in the process of setting up a rallies out there in Mississippi so the voice can be heard louder and things like that we got in the process as well.
What made you even want to take on this issue and fight for that justice?
Man, I grew up around, I can say kind of around prisons. Like, you know, if you know my story, my aunties was in the FaZe prison, my brother was in prison, my father was in prison. So I kind of grew up going to visit a lot of my family members in prison. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I look at it like, what if it was one of them? What if it was your brother? These still human beings. It's somebody's brother, it's somebody's father, it's somebody, you know, mothers, because the men and women prison in Mississippi. You know, you still gotta treat everybody like humans. And it's like my backyard. You know, if you cross over one street in Memphis, you're in Mississippi. You can end up in Mississippi mistakenly and not even know it if you just ran through Memphis.
For sure. What made you want to bring Roc Nation in together with this? Was that like a joint idea together, or?
Yeah, like I said, Roc Nation, the family, you know what I'm saying? And being over there, like they philanthropy department, like I see a lot of things they work on behind the scenes, you know, things that don't even involve me. So I know the strength that they have, I know the reach that they have.
Now, what in the best case scenario world are you hoping comes out of this situation?
In the best case scenario, you know, they staff it right, you know, they give people help that they need help. You know, and treat people like human beings and treat everybody fairly.
For sure. Hopefully that situation gets taken care of. You and Jay-Z, though, we've been seeing you guys together a lot, especially since you signed to The Roc. How has your relationship kind of grown, not only as just, you know, artists amongst each other, but business partners and such?
Yeah, I think hustlers respect hustlers. So, you know, I respect Jay before I even started doing business with him. I study him. You know what I'm saying? So to me, you know, just being around that energy and being around that information is priceless for me. You know, now he's business partner, friend, mentor.
Have you soaked up a lot of game just being around them?
Of course. I just told you earlier, I'm a sponge. You know, I'm gonna pick up all game.
Word, just make sure you distribute that information back out.
Pass it down.
So the thing about hustling though, and hustlers is that, you know, there's ups and downs. You had a line that I loved in an interview. You said they print money every day. You know what I'm saying? You win some, you lose some, it is what it is. But can you paint the picture for me? A couple months ago at this point, you were at the Sean Carter Foundation Gala playing blackjack, and you lost what appeared to be $500,000 in one hand.
Yeah.
Can you paint the picture for us, tell us the story, what happened?
I really was just slipping on that, man. Like, I'm supposed to won that. I had the winning hand, I had the winning chips.
It was a tournament? What was it?
Yeah, it was a tournament, a 2-day tournament.
Okay.
And that was the finals, the clip that came out. That was like the last hand.
Okay.
And I had the winning chips, I had the winning hand. If I hadn't hit it, I hit a blackjack against a bus card twice and bust out. Now I play this. I really do this shit. You know what I'm saying? And I never hit that card ever. And I'm a gambler, like I do it, you know what I'm saying? On a high level, so the play that I done, I never did it before. So like I said, I was just slipping. I don't even know where my mind was at. It took me like an hour or two after it had happened to realize what I had done.
Oh, it didn't even sink in?
It didn't even, like, I had to watch the video.
When I saw the video, you seemed completely emotionless. H.O.E was like, oh my God. And you was just like, what? I was like, damn, Gotti really don't care about
Yeah,
losing.
it happened quick. It happened quick. It's been like that. It happened quick.
When that hour and 2 hours set in, were you like, God damn, I just did some dumb shit?
Yeah. But more about, like, again, not about the money, but more about the fact that I did something that was out of norm. Like, them the type of things that bother me.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you always, to me, you practice, like, I practice business. It's not emotional. Like, I'm always handling business the way it should be. So in the game of blackjack, I'm gonna play it by the rules. It bothered me more that I played out of the rules than the money.
Right, you broke your routine and then this is what happened.
Yeah.
Damn, is this the most that you've ever lost in one hand of blackjack?
Yeah.
Okay, thank God. No more $500,000 losses, Gotti.
Nah.
I feel like 500 is a significant number for you because not only did you lose 500, but you also spent 500 and bought yourself out of your first ever contract.
Yeah.
Why was that such an important move for you back then?
Like, who wouldn't buy their freedom? You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. Like, you know, in any situation where you didn't feel free and you could buy, if you had the money to buy to free yourself from that situation, why wouldn't you? You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like investing in yourself. That's the way I looked at it.
Obviously nowadays, you know, with people speaking about business a lot more and more, ownership is something that comes up a lot. Why is ownership important?
Well, you know, ownership is important, assets is important. For me and for hustlers and I think for everybody, but I just think some people ain't got to that point yet where they care about it, you know, which they should. You know, I advise everybody to have ownership, you know, stack up your assets and things like that.
You said that you're always willing to give game. This is the portion of the interview where we're just gonna try to soak up as much as possible.
Yeah, okay.
It took you, 15, 20 years into the game to get your first #1 on rhythmic radio. Why is it important to stay the course and just be patient?
Consistency, like I was saying earlier, man, like, long as you keep taking a step forward, you still moving forward. You still winning. You know what I'm saying? To me, only you could dictate and what your success is, you know what I mean? Because our success levels may be totally different. You know what I mean? And then from another person, like, this person could only want $100,000, and if they get there, their goal have been made, right?
Yeah.
And we can't tell them that that's not enough for them. It may not be enough for me, it may not be enough for you, but it may be enough for them. So they determine what their win is. So I think every person has to determine, like, what you doing it for, first of all. Like, what you trying to do? Like, do you want the #1 records? Do you want the money? Do you want the, you know what I'm saying? Because some people, it's also artists and people, I heard that they just want the accolades, you know? They got all the #1 records and all the awards and no money. And they may be happy with that. That ain't me, though. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that ain't how I move. Like,
You say you're a gambler. Why is it important to then bet on yourself?
I've been taking risks my whole life. We took the highest risks already in the streets, you know what I'm saying? So some of these risks we taking now, I don't even look at them as big risks. You said they print money every day.
Yeah.
You lose some money, you get it back. We come from where the things you lose, you couldn't get back. You can't get time back from your freedom. You can't get your life back. We come from taking them type of risks.
Damn, that's real. You said that the difference between you and someone else who may have the same exact amount of money as you is that you're not scared to spend that on yourself.
Yeah, or what I believe in. So not only myself, you got some people that won't spend money on themselves, that's long another person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if I find an artist I like and I sign the artist, I spend the same money, or if not more, on them that I spend on myself, because I believe. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I believe, and I'm putting it up.
Yeah. H.O.E had a line where he said something like, we say you broke if everybody's broke except for you. You've made multiple people millionaires at this point.
Yeah.
Why is that something you want to do, and how many people do you want to make millionaires?
Many is possible. Many is possible. I don't think there's no limit on the number. Many is possible, because you got to think of how many people's lives they change. You change one person's life, then that person then changes people's lives around them. They got to hire people, employ people to help them, succeed and move to the levels they want to move to. So many people I can help turn to young millionaires, and I want to try to do it. I want to see them winning. You know what I mean? Like, it do something for me when I go around black youngster and he got on more jewelry than me. You know what I'm saying? That shit make me happy. You know what I'm saying? Or Moneybag Yo, or different artists that I work with in some capacity. You know what I'm saying? Like, to see them, because I seen them before the jury, and I seen them before the Lamborghinis, and not just the material stuff, but you know what I'm saying? Like, youngster just built this grandmama house, he just built this mama house. These things that people may not see that I see, because he excited about it. I pull up over there and see when they breaking ground on his grandmama house that lived in South Memphis, in the hood her whole life, in his mama house. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get to see these things, and these things that make me proud, because I know I'm a part of it. I'm a part of helping them plant the seed to get to them points.
For sure. Yeah, that's real. You said that you should always be a master at your craft, but that there's not a role in the music industry that you don't know how to do. You said you can be a music executive, you can be an A&R, you can be a manager, you can be an artist. Why is it important, in order to be a master of your craft, to know how to do a little bit of everything?
I think if you understand the job, you know what to expect from it. Some people don't understand it, so they don't know what to expect. You know what I mean? Like, they putting the wrong people in positions. You know what I'm saying? Or you depending on people, you counting on people. Like, any day, I could get up and do it myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I feel the label ain't putting the marketing plan together, I grab a notebook, pad, and a pen, and be like, fuck it. And write it out myself and hand it to them. This is what we gonna do.
Do you feel as if there's a role in the industry that you can't do, or are you such a master of your craft that you're able to do everything that you would need to know how to do?
I think I know how to do pretty much anything I would need to know how to do in the music business. Yeah, I feel like, I can run some of these major companies better than the people who run them.
Do you feel like you have the blueprint?
Yeah, but I also feel like I'm strengthening it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I learned a lot of information from Roc Nation, a lot of resources, relationships. So I feel like I do have a blueprint, but I also feel like you always can build on top of it.
For sure. A lot of people are motivated by you and the things that you say. Who is Yo Gotti motivated by still?
H.O.E, Diddy, J Prince, Master P, anybody who done it and built it. Anybody who built the real structure from nothing.
To hear you say those names though, but then to also know that you're mentioned in those names, as, one of these music CEOs now, how does it feel to be mentioned amongst the names that, of people that you look up to?
I think, like, right now, I'm just living in real time, so I probably don't even understand it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't really feel a way right now, because to me, I ain't 100% there. I'm still in the process of getting to their level. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it ain't like I'm stopping and cheering. Like, oh, I'm in this category. I don't really even hear it for real. Like, I'm more like, all right, whatever, I'm on grind mode, because you may see it like that, but I don't 100% see it like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I see it as where I'm trying to get to, but I don't see it as that today.
Sure. Yeah, you don't want to stop in the middle of the race, you want to stop at the end.
Yeah.
Obviously, we know your funds are tied up in a lot of other type of investments. What kind of stuff do you put your money into?
Of course, real estate. I've been doing that for forever, feel like it. The restaurant I got in Memphis.
Privé.
Yeah, Privé. I've been doing some other things. I got into the esports space.
Yeah, I got a tip yesterday from a friend who says that you invested in FaZe Clan.
Yeah, FaZe Clan, the best team in the esports.
How did that come about?
Actually, I went to the FaZe Clan house with Block Boy, JB, like a couple years ago. And I met the players and I met a couple of people, and we just started like linking up and hanging out. And one thing led to another when they started telling me about this space and what it was, and I wanted to be involved in it.
Did you ever think that, at least when I was a kid growing up, my parents would always, like, kids that played video games all day, but man, stop playing video games. And now there's kids making millions of dollars off video games.
Yeah, esports the next wave, man, like it's big. A lot of people know and a lot of people don't know. But it's a big thing.
Do you play video games?
Yeah, I do a little something.
What do you like to play?
I play Fortnite with my son and Call of Duty.
Okay. Do you think that, what kind of role do you want to have in the esports space? Do you want to just be like one of the, like how Gotti is in music, just another boss in the esports realm as well? Or would you rather just take a backseat and just kind of be like an investor?
I mean, yeah, right now I'm just supporting the team. You know what I'm saying? FaZe Clan, I feel like they the coolest team. I feel like they the best team, like culturally. Like the kids just under the FaZe Clan brand, like, they can tweet out they gonna be do a pop-up and there's thousands of kids there. So I really respected that too, like how they affect culture. Like I don't think nobody else is cooler than them in that space.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of our business too. Like we always have influence on culture.
Yeah.
So when I seen that, like them similarities, that was another thing that really made me want to get involved in it.
Yeah, they're like the one gaming crew that's like tied into hip hop, right? Because even like Offset is down with them, and they got NFL players that's down with them. So it seems like a nice natural blend for you two.
No, shout out to FaZe Clan, we popping.
Word. Musically, I've been hearing that there's an album coming, Gotti.
Yeah,
I've been hearing
it's on the way.
What would that be, your 10th studio album or?
Man, I don't know, man.
11?
I can't keep count with it. I put out so much music. It matter how you count mixtapes, albums, I don't know.
So the rumors are true, there is an album coming.
Yeah, I'm putting out an album.
When can we expect this?
This month.
This month,
Yeah, January.
But we're already halfway done
2020.
we're already halfway done with January.
Yeah, so that means we only got a couple weeks left.
Okay. Do you have a title for it just yet?
I had a title, Trapped.
Okay,
Yeah,
Trapped.
but it may change.
Okay.
You gotta just stay tuned.
Trapped is the title that I had been hearing for a long time,
Yeah.
but now that you're saying it may change, I'm gonna assume that that's not the final title.
It may how I feel when I just finalize the last second.
Okay.
Yeah.
What can we look forward to from this album? The same kind of stuff that we know Gotti for, or different experimentation? What are we looking to?
I mean, I always speak about, my life and my music and what I'm going through at the time. I think the things I've been going through in the last 8 months to a year and a half is like been a lot different. And I'm speaking a lot on that, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm speaking a lot about my state of mind, what I was going through, how I think about things, feel about things. So it's most definitely for the hustlers though, the young bosses who get money, who trying to get some money, it's most definitely for them.
Is the album complete? Is it done?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's done, turned in and
It's
everything.
coming out, it's done.
Okay. Who can we expect to hear on the album? Who'd you work with?
I mean, of course, Lil Uzi's on there, Megan Thee Stallion on
Pose.
Pose record. Lil Baby's on there with the Put a Day record on it. I also work with A Boogie.
Okay.
On there.
New Yorker, very own.
Yeah. I work with Ross on there.
Okay, that's a nice duo.
Yeah, of course, Black Youngster, Moneybag Yo.
Moneybag.
Yeah, so I got some joints on there.
Okay, cool. So the album is coming soon, and obviously it seems as if you got, a lot more years left in you musically. But how much longer do you want to continually make music, as opposed to just being a boss in the music industry?
I don't really think about it like that. Like, I don't ever put a time on nothing. We'll know when the time is the time, you know what I'm saying? But right now, I feel like, we still making that shit they need, so we gotta give it to them.
Yeah, until the well runs dry, just keep on.
Yeah, but I love the game though. Again, like it's like therapy. It's like, you know what I mean? It's just the way we express ourselves and get our expression out and tell you what we feeling and what we going through. You know what I'm saying? Like, so to me, the greatest game for me is always seeing the fan connect with the music. To me, it's no better feeling or award that's top that.
You've been performing at this point for decades. When you think about, some of the more memorable experiences while performing, what comes to mind?
I do this show in Memphis, Birthday Bash every year.
Every year, yeah.
I think there's nothing like that show to me. Every year, like, I feel like it's the first time again doing the show. Every year I do this show. Also, you gotta think, like, I came out on the Beyonce and Khaled touring stadiums, and like, yo, that was crazy to me at the time, you know what I'm saying? I did all type of shows with all type of people, and it's just different experiences.
Word. I'll get you out of here on this. One thing that a lot of people respect you for is being a shooter. You know what I'm saying? You shot the shot at Angela Simmons. You made the song about Rihanna with Thug. Is there someone that Gotti's got his eye on now?
I don't know if I'm gonna do it that way no more.
Are you switching it up?
Yeah, I think I gotta put a silence on that joint.
Why though?
Yeah, cause I think, you know, like, when you put it out there, they get to locking it down, trying to box you out, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Okay, so you switching up the attack style.
Yeah.
But do you still have your eye on somebody, or?
I'm still shooting. I'm shooting like, I ain't thinking twice shooting. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see it.
That's how it goes.
You know what I'm saying?
Just
Like,
right off the hip, just shoot.
yeah, I ain't tripping. You know what I'm saying?
Will we be hearing of a new shot coming in the news, you know, in the next few weeks or months? Will we see Gotti out there with somebody?
Oh, no, I'm telling you, I had to put the silence on it. If you figure it out, maybe, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just chilling.
Word. All right, well, the album that you still don't know what the final name of yet is coming out this month. One last time, what can people expect from the album?
The album dope, man. You know, my albums always teach the streets something, teach this young hustle something, people in general, you know what I'm saying? Like, I always got game in the messaging, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So I feel like my album is needed now. I feel like the message need to be in the street.
All right, so you're giving people required reading, that's what it is.
Yeah,
required
free game.
Reading. Free game. Gotti, as always, much appreciated. Thank you for stopping by.
Sure.